Hello and welcome back to the TheDropOutDragon. Today we're going to be looking at something that seems to be the new melee meta. It is the Red Iron Twin Blade, which has been buffed significantly. So let's take a look at it right now. With this 40-40 quality build I have going on, you can see that it does fully upgraded, of course, 340 base damage with 132 scaling, which is pretty high, actually. So the fashion souls may look kind of familiar. I was using it in a different video, and I will be using it for other videos. This is just kind of the thing that I'm using right now. I think it looks great. So let's take a look at the move set for this weapon. It is a strength-based twin blade. One-handed, you have this. You have the one strike, and then a twin blade-like move set for the second strike. So, you know, that's good. That's really, really good. And for the R2, you have this thrusting attack, okay, which is the first attack. And it's very, very strong. That's where a lot of the strength comes from this weapon, is an attack like that. So you do that, and then the second R2 is a large, sweeping, halberd-like swipe. Just like that. So, very, very strong. Two-handed, this is the problem with this weapon, in terms of its moveset. Because it is strength-based, as you can see, it just does the one swipe with just the one R1, okay, and doesn't actually get into its twin blade moveset until the second strike. So, your second R1, or your right bumper, or whatever you want to use, for the PS3, your second R1 is going to be the actual twin blade moveset. Its R2 is the twin blade slash, but then, if you have enough stamina left over, which I did not at the time, its second R2 is that spin. Very strong, very strong. So, if you can catch the enemy in this thing, they are going to have a bad day, because it hits like a truck. Let me tell you, it hits like a damn truck. So let's see what we got here. Using this weapon, I am using the buckler for parries. It has very high critical damage. It does a lot of damage on criticals, as most strength weapons do, and it's just scary. This is a very scary weapon. And its hitbox is a bit odd. So sometimes they'll be right in front of you and you'll miss, and sometimes they'll be far away and you'll hit them. So it's I can't put my finger on it, but I'm telling you, it's very, very strange. So let's see it in action. But you will be seeing plenty of this weapon if FromSoft decides they don't want to patch it, or if they only nerf it just a little bit. I think it just needs to be nerfed a little bit. I don't think it's very, very OP, but I think it is quite dangerous in the right hands and in the right situation. And I also believe that it's one hand. Look at that trade. 551 damage on this guy. Look at that. And then I do that thrusting attack. He gets hit. I do it again. He throws a dagger like a smart person. That's the running R1. The running R1 is the twin blade strike. Okay, we're out of stamina. That's stamina management, Dragon. Why don't you learn how to do it? So, and we'll go for a jumping attack, parry, and we got him. So, GG, my friend. It's over. Very strong, very strong. So already on the first fight, I showed you the strength of this weapon. Its trades are ridiculous, and it has very quick attacks on the R2. The R2 is quicker than it looks. It can get you. I beat him to the attack with his straight sword. So, is it a little strong? I do believe so. Is it OP? I don't think, because of its moveset, because of it's hard to actually hit somebody. I don't think it's that damaging. Yeah, or that overpowered. It is damaging. Whoa, I don't know. Okay, I'm able to start duel. It's just very difficult to land the perfect hits on people, but otherwise, like I said, if it does hit you, it hits you like a truck. So expect plenty of this in the future. Do I get a little guilty pleasure out of it? Yes, I do, because honestly, I hated the Twin Blade. Everybody knows that. I had a video of it where I just hated the Twin Blade. I didn't play around with it all that much, and everybody's like, oh, you gotta poison it. Just make it poison and it works great. No, it doesn't, because you get parried by anybody with a shield or a curved sword. You're just done. You get parried. Even if you hit them, the hitbox will still hit the parry, and you fall over on your ass, and they pull out a dagger and one-shot you. So that meta is still around, even after the 1.6. Sorry, I keep saying that. 1.06 patch. Or 1.08 regulation, or whatever. Whatever. The newest patch. The newest patch, so. But this video could be completely mute. They might already have nerfed this weapon by the time you're watching it. Who knows? So, but we're using it. It just does so much damage. If you get them right. You will win trades. Unless you're trading with like a big strength weapon. Now this is my favorite. When people start on the right side, so they want to go and do what they do. And we got the backstab. Look at that critical. He's wearing Havels. He's wearing Havels. And that critical still said, yeah, I got you. And we got another parry. Oh well. GG, my friend. So we're showcasing the buckler. So, oh well, GG. It happens. But there we go. This is all we're doing, is just showcasing it and talking to you guys. That's, you know, my videos, guys. They're raw, unedited. I talk over them. I try to be slightly entertaining, and then we talk about other strategies and other things like that. So that's what this is here for. One of the big strategies with this weapon, see how I'm using it one-handed, is that people automatically will go for the parry if they see a twin blade two-handed. They will go for that. And I will switch to the two-hand and stop parrying people, which apparently I'm good at. With a buckler, I said it in the last video that I'm not familiar with curved sword parries, but buckler parries, I'm pretty familiar with that. So, hooray. But we're having, in between this video and the last, it's only been about 30 minutes. The last one was with the warp swords. And I ran into the meta, the faith casting meta, and I was so mad I didn't get it on camera for you guys, because I just got my ass handed to me. And I was using this weapon too. I just couldn't hit him. You know, scraps of life with blinding bolt. What do you do? What do you do? So, hero, nitro 13. Okay, so he's using that. We have that same swipe with the rolling R1 and all that. So now the running R1, as you just saw, you get a serious boost in distance. I mean, you just go wink. You know, you're right in their face. You go quick. If you notice, it is the scythe. Yeah, he decided, yeah, I'm done. He decided, yep, I'm done, and black crystalled out. Oh well. Like I said, this is a very, very powerful weapon. It's hard to hit him, but when you do, it just does insane amount of damage. So, and you know, people are gonna be, oh, why are you showcasing it so OP? You're not good. Well, yeah, no, I don't think there's a whole lot of skill devised in this video. You know, you talk about things that are broken, so they get fixed or they get nerfed. And do I think this does too much damage? I do. I do think this does too much damage. So, too much damage for the requirements it has, and if you buff it, and I'm just using a resin buff, which isn't even as powerful as a spell buff, so I'm told. I mean, if this was resonant weapon or dark weapon, like real one, you know, you get that 30% boost in damage. This just adds the 50 AR, as far as I'm aware. I could be 100% wrong, and I know the comment section will let me know. So that's fine with me. Please do. So I've seen a lot of guys, though, they grow heavily to beat this weapon. Guys grow heavily dependent on just doing the trade. They want to trade with you, so be ready for that. People with twin blades of any kind are just asking to get parried, myself included in this situation. They're asking for it. So, and when this weapon comes out and they're begging for the trade, they want the trade because they know they'll win it, you pretty much can see their telegraphed state. So he has got himself a nice fine weapon to trade with. I don't want to trade with that. So keep trying to catch him on the roll. And he is using the Black Crypt Sword. That's what I wanted. I wanted those to go off far away from me. I have seen them come right in my face in my time, people. I want to catch him with it. Yeah, see? Because I can't trade with this thing. I don't want to trade with this thing. Oh, he's been guard broken. It's over. Doink. So. And maybe we can go in for the kill. And we got it. GG. That was the R2 for the win. And he was far away from me. I'm not sure how exactly I hit him. So like I said, the hitbox is... It needs work. This weapon needs work. It's fun to use. It has a very interesting moveset. It's one of my favorite weapons to play around with before it was so ridiculously trucky. Very smash and go. I had a lot of fun using it, but nowadays I feel this nasty, guilty feeling of, oh god, I didn't deserve any win I got, and I probably didn't. So, oh well. And there's going to be half people going, oh, use what you want to use, and blah, blah, blah. So, and I hope a lot of people use this weapon. I hope they get it out of their system, because I do think that it will be nerfed in the future. I do think that. I really do. I think it just does too much damage. I think maybe just bringing it down, maybe to 250 base damage would probably make it a little bit more fair. I mean, as a strength twin blade, it should do more damage than the other twin blades. It is harder to use because of the moveset. So, oh well. But it also, unlike the other twin blades, it has a strong one-handed moveset. The other twin blades don't have that. Their main focus is to two-hand it and catch you in the R1 and hit you a bunch of times, but not this thing. This thing does not do that. The red iron is one-hand friendly. Aha! The Monastery Scimitar. I see. I see. This young man here, caught in a very nasty lag stab, wants to parry me. But he got parried himself. So, GG, my friend. So, for anybody who watched this video before the Warp Sword video, I know I have not made a lot of videos in 2 months. What I have been doing is I've been on Twitch, which is a live streaming service, completely, totally free, even if you want to stream. But you can go into the live streaming service of twitchtv.com, and I think it's com. I'm pretty sure it's com. Maybe it's not. Oh well, I'll have a link in the description anyway. But you can interact with the streamer, you can sit there and chat with your own personal screen name, and hang out with them and ask them questions. And if you guys want to do that with me, feel free to. I stream almost every single day. This is my full-time job. This is what I do. Excuse me. So sorry. So this is what I do for a living. This is what's fun to me, and I am a huge Souls streamer. So, and sometimes I stream some other games, sometimes I don't. So it depends on the mood, but most of the time I'm streaming Souls. I have my own Twitch group called the Nexus, which I have a lot of streamer buddies, live streaming friends. They're part of a different community than what you might be used to on YouTube. Very different part of the community. They do different things and have a different mentality, but they are still very entertaining to watch. And when you guys check out the Nexus, you will see the guys that I consider very good streamers, and I'm really glad to have them aboard, and I thank them so much. And I'll probably put a link in the description to the Nexus itself so you guys can follow those guys and have a good time. So I don't feel bad using this weapon against katanas, which I just noticed that is not a katana. So again, I feel bad. That is the Sun Sword, I think it is. Oh, GG, Firebomb Man. I should have seen that one coming. Now this guy does want to cheese me. I can tell, because he's got the Bow of Want on his back. So, see that hitbox? He was very far away. He should not. And I made a very terrible error. Very terrible error. I tried to parry, and for my effort, I ended up jumping attack with the buckler and got my ass kicked. I accidentally jumped attack with the buckler. GG, Dragon, you moron. That jumped, though. Yeah, see, that's the Sun Sword. Now, I was pretty sure that guy was using the Sun Sword. I'm pretty sure he was. Maybe not. Maybe not. But who knows. But if you guys want to start joining up in a different kind of community with a lot of content and a lot of hours of entertainment, and I promise you, you will be addicted to Twitch, join up with that and just click the link in the description that I'll be putting up, and you guys will really enjoy yourselves. I know I do. So, but that's what I've been doing for the past 2 months. That's why I haven't been putting up many videos, and mostly I wasn't part of the Greatsword Katana Master Race, so all the weapons I wanted to showcase weren't viable at the time. And I'm not really even showcasing these weapons. There's other videos, and there's probably better videos of people showcasing these weapons. I'm just entertaining my subscribers who apparently happen to like the way I sound and the way that I act and the way that I PvP, so who knows. Let's try not to make the same mistake that we made before. Jump attacking with it. Look at that. Look at that. What an idiot. What an idiot. Who does that? Makes me wish I had infused it. So this guy's put up a smoke screen. I don't think he meant to do that. Hello, Katana Man. I have a big weapon. Do you want to come for me? Katana Man. I have this weapon here. Bam! Caught him in the roll with that, and look at that damage. It's in the 700s. He's trying to decide what he wants to do. You are not going to poison me in this armor. But he doesn't want to be parried, so he's pulled out the whips. The whips of danger. And... no? Oh! He wants to poison me. He thinks this is his only way to win. I would go back to the katanas if I was him. And I did not catch him. Look at that! Look at that damage. He poisoned me, but it's not enough. It will not be enough for him to gain a victory unless he gets some serious damage on me now. Now he's trying to cheese me to death. But here it comes. Oh, bloody. Come on now. Come on now. Yeah, poison's over. I still have about half my health. Not all of it. Poison's over. Doink. Nope. Nope. You saw that one coming. The back pedal is so real in you. You guys ready? You like cheese? Oh, wow. And... remember, having a throwing weapon, is, if you're a pure melee person, can surprise people. And that's what happened to him. He was not prepared to deal with a throwing knife. So that was that was entertaining. My little sound effects. Oh well. GG, my little friend. So, but the katanas did get a buff in the latest patch. They still do. I see the problem with katanas. I don't agree with katanas on their counter damage. Now, the counter damage I can show you right now. People have the big misconception with this, and I hope people see this and they haven't skipped forward and just keep looking for the fight. You can see right there. It says in a little arrow that's like going backwards, like a little reverse arrow. It says 120. Okay. Now that 120 is counter damage. That's the bonus that I get for hitting them when they're doing an animation of any kind, if they're not just standing there. Okay? If they're attacking, I get more damage done to them if they're attacking. That's counter damage. That is not critical damage. A lot of people get that confused. They think that has to do with critical damage. It does not. That is not critical damage. Okay? Now, coincidentally, why people believe this is because some of the weapons that do the most critical damage have a very high counter damage. And it's for that reason that they believe that's what that means. It does not. It doesn't mean that. So, this weapon, for example, even though it has only 120 counter damage, which isn't bad, that's most straight swords, actually, will do... this weapon will do more damage against in a backstab than most katanas will. And katanas have a much, much higher counter damage than this does. So, but rapiers and the daggers and all that, they have very high counter damage, but they also have very high crit damage. So people were confused. But that now you know. Now you know what that means. I'm almost 100% positive that's what that means. So we're immediately off to a jumping attack. And a guy who wants to buff his sword a second time. I'll back off because I realize that was a mistake on his part. So. And the Havel is having a bad day. Did you see that damage against this Havel? Did you see that? Did you see? Do you see? I annihilated that guy. Absolutely annihilated him. So like I said, this weapon does far too much damage. It could do a little bit less damage, and I would enjoy it more. Because sometimes when I catch people like that, they are just annihilated. They really are. They're just annihilated. So, and he ended up punching me just out of complete and total panic. He was like, "Get off! Get out of my face, please, God, no!" So that's good. We got that out of the way. So, but that one of my favorite things. What I hate about this is because this weapon definitely needs a nerf. But what I hate about that is that I've been waiting for the twin blades to get good, and they did get good. You know, GIT, GUD. They get good. They got good, and they do more damage, and they're just justifiable to use. But this was my favorite one. This was my favorite one to use because of its moveset, and now because of the patch, it's super scrubby to use, and I hate it because I really enjoyed using this moveset. I really did feel like a weapon master, like we were doing something cool and awesome. Ow! Well, I see. So he's got a great bow, and he's just gonna cheese through the thing, which I find, by the way, hysterical. I'm not even mad. Why would I be mad? There's no reason to be mad. That was funny as hell. Okay, so he's using, sir. I'm not a big fan of what you're doing. Nope. He keeps trying the same trick. He keeps trying to bait me for the parry. He's probably using a monastery, which is, as of right now, quite OP. He still keeps. Yeah, he's not. He doesn't got the. He doesn't have the halberd timing right for that. He doesn't have the timing right. Oh, caught him in the roll. Oh, I see. This is a pretty intense fight we have right here. And he switched over to a dagger for whatever reason. Now the buckler can block. Don't feel like it can't, because it can. It caught him in the roll again. Yeah, see, I'm not letting him play that game. It's better to block for those. Don't try to outroll them, because you might get hit and it might hurt like a lot and you'll be very upset. And he punished my attempted parry very well. Oh, and the tables have turned. Oh! And a double kill that I probably didn't deserve. We didn't deserve the double kill. I should have been killed by that guy. He had a much more varied build, a more interesting build, and I did not. And he outplayed me a number of times, but the reason why I won was because my weapon did as much damage as it did, which was, you know, kind of scummy. So that's a good example of a win that happened that wasn't deserved because the weapon I was using was a little bit OP. That's a good example of that. Yeah, that's a good example. So, I'm hoping to get another match in where I can just two-hand this bad boy and go to town. That's what I'm hoping. I only drank a little Pepsi because it was a double kill. I guess it was, I don't know, it tastes sour. It tastes sour. My little, looks like a little hat. little hat on the back there. So much fun. Now, I wouldn't recommend this, by the way, to backsteppers. If you guys have perfected, if any of you have perfected the backstep, I would not recommend this weapon for that. It doesn't do very well in that situation. Ah, so we have a guy who's fisting. So... and hopefully, I haven't done it yet, so... Whoa! What? What in the... What? You! Now you see that two-hand strong attack? Almost 2,000 damage. How does it feel, buddy? Must suck. That must suck. That must really suck. What happened is that you do this, the R1, and then you swing like that halberd-like spinning attack. Very powerful. And he didn't think that was going to happen. He thought I was just going to quickly attack, but it didn't. That's not what happened. And so he was just cut right in half. So, almost 2,000 damage. And that ain't right. That ain't right. I shouldn't be able to do that. That ain't right. There's people getting annihilated like that. So, and then he tried to parry. That would be okay. Okay. So, oh well. We'll see how it goes. What kind of fight are we going to have now, I wonder? See, I've run out of things to talk about with this weapon because it is just what it is. It is a very odd weapon, but it also does a lot of damage. And if you can bait people into trading with you, you're going to win. You're going to win. You're going to win. And it's sad, but true. You're going to win. So, what do we got here? We have somebody who obviously can use faith. This is not a good thing. Because they can heal in the arena. Yeah, you can't use healing items. You noticed you might have noticed I had like a bunch of divine blessings that was dropped by a couple of viewers of mine, and I was using it to gather stuff. Ooh, caught me on that, did you? And I totally botched that. He knew it was going to happen. He was so ready for it, guys. He was so ready for it. Not doing very well on stamina management. Yep. Let's back off for a second and think about this, because this person obviously knows what they're doing. Oh, and I caught him still. I caught him in the roll, and now he's lost everything. He's lost all of his health. Look at that. OP weapon. Like that was sad to watch. Poor guy. Yeah, it's over. He traded. It's over. Sorry about that guy. Another good example of somebody who probably would have won that if I wasn't using this weapon. Now, I mean, I don't like the washing pole, but man, I just annihilated that dude. And no skill was involved in any of it. I just really just pressed a button and watched most of his health disappear. Poor guy. Oh well. That's Dark Souls 2 for you. Alright guys, so we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up here, and I can make my little closing statements. This weapon, like I said before, really and truly, it is objective, because there's some people who might not be good enough to use it because it is a very odd moveset. But people who master this weapon and know how to bait attacks with this weapon are going to beat you into the living ground. They're going to make you a bloody ball of pus on the floor with this weapon. And until it gets nerfed to a reasonable amount of damage, it's going to continue doing it. So expect to see this weapon often, and expect it to be used by people who don't know how to use it and they just think damage is everything, and expect the people who know how to use it to just beat you into the ground, like I said before. So that's my closing statements on the weapon. My closing statements to the video is, it's nice to be back, expect more videos, and if you guys want to watch my live stream almost every day, and you want to ask me questions and have them answered, there's a chat bar and everything. It's going to be great. If you guys want to come in there and support my Twitch channel, there'll be a link in the description. I do it almost every day, so hooray, hurrah, this is my full-time job. Please enjoy my live streaming thing, and I will try to put out more YouTube videos showcasing different weapons or talking about different things. Thanks for joining up, guys, and that's about it.